engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
At the Davis & Davis Law Firm, we understand that facing legal challenges can be overwhelming. That's why we are here to guide you along the way. This is attorney Michael Mays, and at Davis & Davis Law Firm, we have over 45 years of experience, and our team is dedicated to fighting for your rights and making sure you can maximize the amount of money that you deserve. If you are hurt, injured, or need help with workers' compensation, call us today for your free consultation at 724-437-2799. The Davis & Davis Law Firm, you won't pay us anything until we win your case.
It's a day that ends in Y, so it's a day that you might decide you don't want to cook. That means it's the perfect day to order Fat Angelo's. Offering delicious pizzas, salads, hoagies, strombolis and calzones, wings, and more, and with 12 locations across the area ready to serve you, today is the day to visit FatAngelosPizza.com, where you can quickly and conveniently find your local shop and place your order online, or get the local phone number and give them a call. Order up! Feeling lucky? Your next big jackpot is waiting for you. Visit the casino at Nemacolin in Farmington, PA for the ultimate casino experience featuring the hottest table games, daily promotions, big-time giveaways, and an exciting variety of premium slots. And after, celebrate your big win with a juicy burger at the Royale while you watch the big game. Hotel packages available. Visit CasinoNemacolin.com for more information. The Casino at Nemacolin. Game on! Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Nature's Pickins.
This is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Nature's Pickins.
This is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Nature's Pickins.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michelle Higbee from Nature's Pickins, located on 464 Connellsville Street in Uniontown. The phone number at the store is 724-438-4211. That's 724-438-4211. The phone number here at the show is 724-438-4593. If you have any questions or comments for me today, give me a call at 724-438-4593. What's going on at Nature's Pickins? Well, Nature's Pickins has quite a few different things going on. First of all the sales that are going on. And today will be the last day for some of those sales, because tomorrow we'll start a brand new sale with different line drives and different supplements on sale. But today, as of today, Solgar is on a line drive. So if you're taking like the curcumin or the 7 product, which is a multi-herbal product by Solgar that is called 7 because it has anti-inflammatory effects that they got results in clinical studies within 7 days. So that's why they call it 7. So all of Solgar is on line drive. Solar Ray has different things on sale, like the Bone Collagen Complete, which is a bone formula, Dimanos with Cranactin, vitamin C capsules, different ones are on sale. Magnesium glycinate is on sale. Natural Factors has different things on sale. Nordic Naturals has their DHA, so a lot of people that is using DHA for the brain or the eyes, today will be the last day for that to be on sale. So take advantage of that. I believe it's 20% off. So you want to take advantage of that. And don't forget about Bluebonnet's Targeted Choice products. These are some fantastic combinational products. Randy and I, that was on with me last week, have talked about Bluebonnet's Targeted Choice on many occasions. They have the urinary tract, the liver detox that he talks about all the time, using it in combination with some of these other formulas so that they work better, because if the liver is functioning at optimal level, these supplements and are going to work better. There's the pain and inflammation. There's blood sugar support. There's sleep support. There's thyroid and adrenal support. So all of these stress support, all of these different targeted choice formulas are on sale this month. I believe they'll be on sale next month too. I'm not sure. So, you might want to take advantage of them today. But every single person that uses these formulas gets fantastic results with them. No matter, like I said, whether it's the blood pressure formula or the sleep formula or the blood sugar formula, the urinary tract is probably our number one seller. Because it works so very well. It has the Domanos in it. It has the Cranactin. It has hibiscus in it. Works extremely well. So that's, something, if you're having that issue, you might want to come up and take advantage of the sale and try that product. Also, it's hard to believe. I know that when the Fayette County Fair comes, it's like summer is just almost to its end and fall is around the corner. We start thinking about back to school. And when you walk into places, you're already seeing the school clothes and, shoes and book bags and pencils and crayons and, notebooks and so forth. That's already out. Matter of fact, I think they were out at the beginning of July because of back to school already. So, think about also back to school like I used to with Aaron and with Dylan, of starting now by giving them something that will that will help them with their immune system to help fight off these different, viruses and so forth that they will come in contact with. I used to give Dylan and Aaron, matter of fact, Aaron with college still to this day gets, supplements to help with that. Elderberry. You can look up, the information on elderberry. There's quite a few different research studies on elderberry extract and how it, helps with different types of viruses, like the flu virus, for example. Vitamin D. You can get on the Vitamin D Council and read the different clinical studies and research studies that has been done on vitamin D and helping with viruses and bone and weight loss. So vitamin D is one of those. Vitamin C. Everybody knows that taking vitamin C, helps with the body's immune system. Beta-glucans. Michael and I used to talk about beta-glucans all the time from Immune Health. I still, to this day, take beta-glucans. Works very well with helping the immune system work better, activate better, when it comes in contact with, viruses or bacteria or whatever, that your immune system reacts, better towards it. So beta-glucans could be one of those things that you can incorporate into your daily regimens. And this isn't just for children. This is for adults as well, because unfortunately, when children go to school, they encounter these viruses and they bring them home to the adults. And, by rights, children that, their immune systems are still growing and developing and so forth. So, coming in contact with these viruses kind of makes sense if you think about it, because it helps their body protect themselves against these viruses, because they come encountered with it in their body, their immune systems react to it. Where we have probably already encountered these viruses before, and as the older we get, sometimes we just don't fight them off quite as well as we used to. So, you want to take into consideration that this is something that you might want to start looking at too with going back to school, is helping your own immune system against what might be brought home to you. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, kind of got off track a little bit. First, I want to give you Nature's Pickins information. We are located on 464 Connellsville Street in Uniontown, right next to the Dairy Queen. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, Saturday, 9 to 3. That's Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3. And once again, our phone number is 724-438-4211 and 724-438-4593. If you have a question for me or a comment, give me a call today. I do not have a guest on today, so I am going to be talking about last week. Randy and I from Blue Bonnet were talking about weight loss and what you can do, and it's not too late. Summer's not over yet. So the weather is still beautiful. You can still get out there and exercise and walk and swim and do all those things that would help your body. Exercise is fantastic for toning muscles and so forth. So, just helping the heart, the blood circulation, it just goes on and on what exercise can help you with. So no one is saying go out and try and run 3 miles. If you are one of those couch potato type and you haven't exercised, you want to talk to your doctor, start off slowly and doing these types of things. Make sure that you are fit enough to do these types of exercise and so forth, or talk to a trainer or someone. Just don't go out and try to run 3 miles. That's not a good thing either. So, but getting exercise into your diet, into your daily regimen is a good thing. But when I get back to the store the next couple days, I did get a few questions about what Randy and I talked about. So I did want to talk about that a little bit today. And then we're going to talk about hair loss, because that seems to be one of the biggest things that's going around. It used to be like arthritis and, so forth, diabetes, and now we probably have 3 or 4 people coming in the store on a daily basis with hair loss. So I thought I'd talk about that a little bit today. So last week anyways, I got a few questions about the weight loss. One of them was, what did I mean when I said to Randy about one of the ways people are dieting is intermittent fasting? So they didn't understand what intermittent fasting was. So the best way to do it, I thought that I would just look up and read to you what the Mayo Clinic says about intermittent fasting, and then maybe you'll understand it a little better than what I tried to explain it last week. It says intermittent fasting is a pattern of eating based on time limits. For a set time of hours or days, you eat a typical diet. At the end of that set time, you switch to very few or no calories, called fasting. Alternate day fasting means eating a typical diet one day and no meals the next day. One example is the 5-2 fasting, also called twice a week fasting. This means you eat very little or nothing for 2 days. The other 5 days, you eat a typical amount of calories. Alternate day modified fasting is eating a typical diet one day and only about 25% of your typical calories the next day. So there's different types of fasting that goes on. Another type, and this is the one that I talked about last week, it's called time-restricted eating, intermittent fasting. Limiting what you eat to a small part of each day is called time-restricted eating. This can mean fasting for up to 16 hours, but fasts of 6 to 8 hours are also common. Some people eat earlier in the day and fast in the afternoon and evening. Others fast in the morning and eat around mid-afternoon, then fast again in the evening. So I have quite a few different customers that come in the store, and they do specifically this time-restricted intermittent fasting. In other words, in a 24-hour period, they fast for 16 hours, and then they eat a calorie-restricted diet within 8 hours. So they might eat from 9 to 5, but you have to finish eating by 5. So they'll start eating, say, around 4 or whatever. Or they may do smaller meals within that 8-hour period. But then after that, all they do is drink water. They don't eat anything else of any sort. And then within that 8 hours, they do a calorie-restricted diet. And then I'll also tell you about that as well, because that's one of the questions also that I got after the show last week. So what are the health effects of intermittent fasting? It says the idea is that intermittent fasting causes the body's cells to change how they work. Timed eating may push cells to focus on repair, energy use, and balancing body-wide functions. Research shows that intermittent fasting may improve some signs of health in the short term. These include blood sugar, weight, blood cholesterol, blood pressure, and chronic inflammation. It says the long-term effects of intermittent fasting aren't totally clear. Some studies find just limiting calories in general may have the same benefit as intermittent fasting. But like I said, I've read different research articles on intermittent fasting. There is quite a few different research articles on it. And I know that we have quite a few customers that do it, and they rave about the weight loss benefits they've gotten from it, but then also the other benefits as well. I have a few people that use the intermittent fasting. They're diabetics, and they do the intermittent fasting, and they say that it works very well for them. I'm not saying that's for everybody. That's one of those things, again, you must talk to your doctor about to make sure that is something that is okay, for you. So another one of the questions was, what are empty calories, and how does someone define a low-calorie diet? So I'm sure you've probably heard people say to you in the past, well, those are just empty calories. And sometimes people look at you like, what are you talking about? Empty calories? What do you mean by empty calories? Empty calories means that they have little or no nutritional value to them. For example, candy, sugary drinks, some processed foods. There's just no basic good nutritional calories to them. Zero vitamins, zero minerals, zero protein. And a lot of them have zero fiber. So there's no value to them. So they're not going to be of any good health benefit to you at all. On the other hand, when you eat foods like vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, good fats, olive oil, coconut oil, things like that, avocado oil, you're going to get good nutrients from those types of foods. So those are good calories that you want to incorporate into your diet. And you want, especially if you're trying to lose weight, you want to avoid those things that give you empty calories. You don't want to have those, in your diet. The American Heart Association recommends that limiting added sugars to your diet, no more than 6% of calories per day, or about 100 calories per day for women, 150 calories per day for men. If you're dieting, I wouldn't even put those empty calories into your diet. I think if you utilize good nutritional foods, you're going to feel better. Your body's going to function better, and you won't need to be doing that. So, what defines a low-calorie diet? Well, a low-calorie meal is about 500 calories or less. If you're looking for a low-calorie snack, you're looking at probably about 250 calories or less. A lot of people, I've found that they want to be on, if they're going to be on a low-calorie diet, excuse me, they're looking at 1,000 calories or less if they're on a weight loss diet. Excuse me, with calorie restriction. So, 2 meals a day at 500 calories, there's your, 1,000 calories. I advise you to go get a book. There's quite a few different books out there that tell you the calories of foods. I would advise you to get those. I would advise you to stay away from processed box-type foods. I know the calories are on the side, but once again, if you're trying to lose weight, those empty calories is really and truly what you want to try and stay away from. There are some different recipes and so forth that you can do. You can do soups. I brought down. There was a thing online about different, like 5 different low calorie content recipes. You can get the recipes up at the store. I'll have them back up there after the radio show. One was a Cobb salad, and then it gave you all the things that you put in this Cobb salad. And one was a soup. It was a different type of soup. I forget but the other one was a quinoa salad. So, stop at the store. Those are there was 5 different low-calorie recipes that you could use for that purpose. One of the other questions that we got was, can the Mediterranean diet help with weight loss? I know I mentioned that last week. And Randy did say that, the Mediterranean diet is a good diet. It's one of the healthiest diets, around. It has been linked to helping with somebody for weight loss, decreasing inflammation, lowering your risk of chronic disease. This diet has been around for a long time. It's based on, France and Spain and Italy and Greece's foods and how they cook them and how they eat them. The people in the Mediterranean countries have some of the lowest rates of disease. So that's why they believe the Mediterranean diet is a much better diet than, of course, like the American diet, which is probably one of the worst ones that is out there. But the Mediterranean diet, consists of, good healthy fats, avocado oil, olive oil, those types of oils, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, whole grains. So, these types of foods is what you're incorporating into your diet. And eating those types of foods are going to give you a much better health, from chronic disease. It also focuses on, poultry and seafood and eggs and dairy. It focuses a lot on plant type foods. So it does limit alcohols. They do drink wine, but, usually with a meal or something like that. It is also limited to 1 or 2 servings a day. But with the Mediterranean diet, they also recommend, of course, exercise. If you're doing the diet and you exercise, you're going to get much better results from the diet as well. One of the review of 5 studies found that the Mediterranean diet was as effective as other diets like the low-carb diet for weight loss. They found that it resulted in 22 pounds of weight loss in over a year. Randy mentioned last week about, people will get really upset if they only lose a pound a month or 2 pounds a month. 22 pounds of weight in a year is a significant amount of weight. And then you keep that off on the long term because now this diet has become part of your life, part of your regimen. So you're going to stick to that diet. So therefore, that weight loss is going to end up sticking around as well. The Mediterranean diet has also been found to improve heart health and also to improve diabetes. And then one of the other things that is found to help is with inflammation. So doing the Mediterranean diet is definitely a good diet to consider. There are lots of magazines out there. I've seen several times at grocery stores where the little magazine racks are. There are recipe books in there for the Mediterranean diet. There are magazines in there that explain the Mediterranean diet with recipes as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely get a book and try following it as close as possible. I'm sure you can make some adjustments to the recipes that are in some of those magazines, but I would try and stick to them pretty closely because they're based on diets and recipes from the Mediterranean that have been found to work. What supplements can you use that would help you lose weight? Once again, Randy and I talked about Garcinia cambogia being, good. That can help you. L-carnitine. L-carnitine is one of those amino acids that play a crucial role in transporting fatty acids into the mitochondria of the cells. That's called the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cells. That's where calories are burned for energies, fats are burned for energies. This is the process is essential for fat metabolism. So L-carnitine has been shown that it can help with weight loss. So that is something that you could look at as well. There is an ingredient called Moreau, and it is from the blood oranges. Now, it is a potent extract that has been, derived from the Sicilian blood oranges. And there has been research out there that has been shown to help with inflammation and with weight loss with metabolic syndrome. My aunt used Life Extensions, Moreau Oranges product. It's a gummy. They remanufactured it because they were having a little bit of problem with the gummies themselves, but it worked extremely well. She lost 2 dress sizes in, was like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. Not necessarily the people that were using it lost a lot of weight, like poundage, but they lost inches in the way their clothes fit and so forth. It says one study, participants taking 400 milligrams of the maroon orange extract for 12 weeks saw a 4% reduction in weight, a decrease in weight in hip circumferences, and improvements in body mass index. That's what happened with her. When I used it, I also lost the same, not as her. She was definitely more significant. And I didn't stick with it though, because like I said, they remanufactured it because they were having some problems with the gummy itself. Sorry. It is back on the market. They remanufactured it and we got it back in stock again. We also have it in capsule form. So if you're looking for something to help promote the loss of belly fat, for example, these Moreau oranges extract seems to do real well for that. And there is the Muracell is the extract that is being used in these products, and it is backed by clinical research. So that's one of the supplements that you can definitely look at. That's the Moreau blood orange extract. And like I said, we have it at the store from Life Extension in gummies. And then we also have it in capsule form by Solaray. So that could be something you want to look at. Apple cider vinegar. We talked about that last week. They did a study of it with obesity and overweight people and found that the apple cider vinegar between 4 and 12 weeks had a significant amount of weight that came off in 12-week period. So, that might be something you want to look at too. Randy talked about it last week, using it, before a meal, getting other benefits from it, not just weight loss, but digestion, and, it helps make you feel full. It also has been shown to have other benefits like lowering blood sugar levels, helps improve insulin sensitivity. That's one of the things that I found too, is that somebody would come in and, they were trying to lose weight. They would talk to their doctors and they found that they have become insulin resistant. So they have this insulin sensitivity, so they need something to help with that. Apple cider vinegar has been shown through studies that it can help with that situation. It can help decrease cholesterol levels. Study done in 2021, there was 9 different clinical studies found that apple cider vinegar reduced cholesterol levels and triglycerides. So, that's something as well. Because usually when you're dieting, there's a real good chance your cholesterol is going to go down. Not always, but it can. So that's something that, you can consider using. And maybe a combination of things. Maybe like protein shakes was something we talked about last week as well. Using those protein shakes, to help as meal replacements, so you're lowering your calories, but you're giving yourself good protein as well, so you're not losing muscle, but your body will start burning that fat that you're storing. So protein shakes, maybe the Moreau blood orange extract, and some apple cider vinegar maybe before those meals as well. Okay, so those are the things that I thought I'd talk about today with weight loss, just to give you an example of different things that you can use. And of course, here is the Moreau showing it online. The gummies from Life Extension. Also the apple cider vinegar capsules. You can use before meals. That would be something as well. And then, like I said, we are getting 3 to 4 people a day coming into the store with hair thinning, hair loss, or balding, male pattern baldness. Women can experience that as well, and that's usually, on the fine line of hormonal imbalances. So, but, hair thinning and balding can affect men and women emotionally, cause an emotional well-being and quality of life can affect that tremendously. Women don't want to have hair loss and balding areas. A lot of men who have had thick hair in the past, and all of a sudden now they're getting receded hairlines and baldness. That can be emotionally distraught to a lot of people, and I agree with them. I don't want to experience that either. It may be, you look in the mirror and, all of a sudden you see this receding hairline, or maybe, you're washing your hair and all of a sudden down in the bottom of the shower or in your hands, there's more hair than normal, or maybe that ponytail that, you used to put up and it used to be so thick and so forth. Well, now it's not as thick, and or you're doing the comb over, because you're getting the bald spots. Believe me, you're not alone. Progressive hair loss affects about 80% of older men. And about half of all women experience some type of hair loss. So you're not alone. Don't think you're alone. But, what can we use? Well, there are a couple different medications, few medications out there that you can use. You can talk to your doctor about it. Some of them don't have very nice side effects to them. You can look those up as well, and then decide if that's what you want to do. Or there may be some things that you can use on the natural side. Depending on your hair loss, doing different things can help with, hair loss as well. Rosemary oil, geranium oil, these different oils can be put into your shampoo and massaged into the scalp, and it can help with the regeneration and the growth of the hair, help with the follicles. So a lot of people will do massaging the scalp, to help with that, with blood flow and so forth, and just helping you give your scalp a healthier, life. Sometimes when we're using all of these tremendous different shampoos and chemicals and petroleum-based chemicals on our scalp, it really, affects our scalp's health and the follicles of our hair. So doing a massage with these types of oils can, be of benefit to someone that's having some hair loss issues. There is some, Michael and I had talked, probably a year or so ago about using aloe vera may help treat hair loss. There is some, anecdotal evidence that suggests that may help soothing the scalp, conditioning your hair, helping with dandruff, helping unblock some of those follicles because of those different chemical-based products that you may be using. So, you could possibly, try aloe for that. Coconut oil. Coconut oil has been shown to help, somebody that is having some issues with the scalp that might be causing, like I said, the hair loss, because there are different things, different reasons why people have hair loss. So it might be something you might want to try. Taking ginseng supplements may help promote hair growth by stimulating hair follicles. Ginsenosides are the active components of ginseng and are thought to be responsible for ginseng's positive effect on the hair. So you might want to try like American ginseng. I brought a bottle of it down to show you today online. American ginseng has been shown with these ginsenosides to have a tremendous amount of different effects, to the body, not just to the hair. So don't forget. So rosemary oil, geranium oil you can use to massage into the hair. That could be something. Collagen. Marine collagen is one of the best sources of collagen. I have other collagens up at the store as well. Marine seems to be the best absorbable source of collagen. It may help to improve your hair by providing amino acids to your body, which are building blocks to protein. So it could possibly help to slow down thinning or even graying. It has shown that it possibly could help improve the graying of your hair. So using these proteins, because keratin, for example, proline is a main component of keratin. Keratin is a protein that the hair requires. So, using a collagen supplement could possibly help with hair growth, helps, the damage to the follicles. So collagen's also been shown to help with the bone, with the skin, with the nails. I told you once before, my daughter has EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and that deals with the ligaments, like the overstretching of the ligaments. She uses the marine collagen, and it definitely makes a big effect on her. So using marine collagen or a different really good collagen product, Natural Factors has some really good collagen products. So does Bluebonnet. So that might be something you could incorporate into your protein shake if you're trying to lose weight or just trying to get more protein into the diet. And so because of, your muscles and your cells and brain and so forth. So that might be something you might want to add to your protein shake, or you can put it in anything. I have people that put it in their coffee. They put it in their yogurt, and so forth. Biotin. Biotin is a B vitamin. If you look up anything on hair loss, biotin is usually one of the first things that pops up, when you're researching hair loss, and it's promoted for hair growth and thickness. So some studies suggest biotin can improve hair quality in the cases of deficiencies. So that might be something. Biotin's role is, part of its bodily functions is hair growth and health. It is a key component of keratin. Keratin, once again, is that protein that makes up hair, skin, and nails. Proline is one of the amino acids that is found in collagen that helps with keratin. So you can see how these all work together. Biotin a biotin deficiency can lead to hair loss. So if you are deficient in biotin, that could be an issue. There are a lot of different biotin type shampoos out there and conditioners and so forth. There are supplements that you can use that have biotin in. I brought down a couple here. Bluebonnet makes a hair, skin, and nails that has the keratin, protein, and biotin in it. I also have Benita V, which is a hair product supplement that has MSM, and Fotai, which is a Chinese herb that helps promote hair growth, with biotin in as well. Then real quick, because I know we're getting to the top of the hour, Life Extension come out with 2 new products, one for men, one for women. And they're hair loss for, female hair loss and male hair loss. And they're 2 supplements. They're 2 different supplements. The women's supplement has salpimetta oil in it and wheat ceramides, which in clinical studies have shown women with thinning hair and hair loss who took these products had a stunning 48% decrease in hair loss and a 12.5% improvement in hair growth as compared to the placebo in the study. The men's hair product is plant-derived ingredients. It comes from black rice extract and salpimento oil and prickly pear. And it also, in study, found that 95% of the men that used this product had improvement in hair growth and, a decrease in hair loss. So, they found that as they looked, they were getting the peach fuzz, basically. Salpimento oil has been shown to help with DHT, which is dihydrotestosterone, which is connected to male pattern baldness. So both of these products, now, I will tell you this, I do not have them in stock as of yet. They're brand new products. I have them ordered. They will be in stock probably the first of next week. If you are interested, I have both articles on the men and the women hair loss product. They have gotten fantastic reviews, fantastic results with these. And like I said, both of these products have been studied. So they are shown to help slow and reverse hair loss in men and women. And they are specific to men and specific to women. They're each individual products. So if you're looking for those, or if you're interested in those products, you can call the store 724-438-4211 and have Martha or Kathy hold them for you. They're made by Life Extension, hair loss for women, hair loss for men. All right. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Talk to you next week.
By O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump's August 1st deadline is approaching for countries to reach a trade deal. Mexico got an extension today.
The president posted on Truth Social they agreed to extend for a 90-day period the same exact deal they had for a short period of time previously.
CBS's Olivia Rinaldi says there's good reason the deals haven't come as quickly as the administration hoped.
Tariff negotiations and resetting trade are conversations that take months. So when you're having it in this really condensed timeline and you want to do it with all of the countries that trade with the U.S., that's a tall task.
And even if Trump's new tariffs take effect tomorrow, CBS's Jill Schlesinger believes it will be a long time before Americans feel the effects.
It often takes 6 to 12 months for the impact of tariffs to kind of wind their way through the economy. I think what we are seeing is people are nervous that prices will be rising. They understand tariffs are paid by the importing country, not by anyone else, and that's likely to make prices go up.
A federal appeals court, meanwhile, is weighing President Trump's use of an emergency powers law to impose the sweeping tariffs. The judges expressed some skepticism over his legal rationale. Correspondent Jim Krasula has the latest on a death penalty case that's attracted nationwide attention.
A Tennessee man scheduled